You say your dead dog was exhumed?
He was strung up over my kitchen table.
Why would they do that?
To lure me out to the farm, to ambush me, and it worked.
He's lying! He tried to kill me!
I heard a shot. And then I saw Tom Croydon come from the cottage. He was carrying a rifle. My husband's rifle.
I'm satisfied Thomas Croydon has a case to answer, and I'm directing Homicide to do what they should have done all along, which is pursue this line of inquiry to its logical conclusion.
Helen Morris has stated on oath that she saw the weapon that killed Ryan Decker in your hands.
Helen Morris is lying.
We haven't charged her yet because the evidence has been circumstantial, but this changes that. So how about telling us the truth?
The truth?
Do you want a lawyer present?
No, I don't think the senior sergeant needs reminding of his rights.
Is there anything else you want to tell us at this time?
No. But I'd like you to tell me why Helen Morris has waited 2 months to come up with this pack of lies. The first time I laid eyes on her was out at the caretaker's house when we found Decker's body.
Helen Morris is a credible witness. He is not helping himself.
Mate, you told me he was incapable of murder.
Well, people change.
Not that much, mate. Maybe he shot him in self-defence, but a cold-blooded hit, no.
Think what you like, Nick. But the evidence is stacking up. And by close of play, I reckon we'll be charging him with murder.
You're not going anywhere, are you?
Keep myself available, you mean?
Yeah, just
What I remembered the drill. You know me too well to think I might run away from this.
You don't believe that Morris woman, do you? She says she saw the boss shoot Ryan and then drive away with the rifle. So how come 2 months later Lenny Dysart uses the same rifle to hold up a video shop?
Oh, look who it is. It's Constable O'Rourke.
This is the boss we're talking about.
We're also talking about murder there, Kelly, but don't let that cloud your judgment. Not that important.
Tiny claims the boss planted the rifle on her.
Yeah, well, Tony Baxter's a liar.
It's eerie, mate, isn't it? I look at her, I see her mouth move, all that comes out is Tom Croydon's voice. Are you just Muppet or something, are you?
We should be getting her in here and making her admit it.
Just a tip for you there, Kelly. When your boss is in strife, you keep your head down until the shooting stops.
Yeah. Do you believe what Mrs. Morris told the coroner?
It's not my case, Kelly. But since you ask, I agree, it does look dodgy, her trotting out her story 2 months after the event.
Well, so what reason would she have to lie?
What do you like, Kelly?
Well, I don't. Much. White lies mostly.
White lies mostly, and the rest?
Cover up mistakes, cover up other people's mistakes.
To protect yourself or to protect someone close to you.
So Helen Morris is blaming the boss to protect herself or her husband?
Well, what do we know about Frank and Helen Morris?
Helen's 3 months pregnant. Her husband owns a trout farm where Ryan Decker was murdered, but what reason would they have to shoot Ryan?
Well, if we knew more about them, maybe we'd know that as well.
Well, I'd be really glad to help you, but I actually don't know Helen or Frank Morris all that well.
But you know their trout farm?
Yeah, I buy fish from them.
So you know them?
Only as reliable suppliers, yeah.
Would Helen Morris lie to protect her husband?
Well, I spent years covering for Terry.
Is there anything else you can tell me, Chris?
Well, only that it's Frank's second marriage, but I can't see that that does anything for you.
What happened to the first wife?
She went to Beechworth after the divorce. She's got family there.
I've spoken to Frank Morris's ex-wife, Annette.
And?
She and Frank tried to have children. They couldn't. And when I told her Helen was pregnant, she laughed her head off.
Why?
Well, she said Frank was shooting blanks.
So Helen's pregnant to someone else?
So I rang around, talked to the guy who services the pumps at the trout farm, and he turned up one day and walked in on a massive row between Ryan Decker and Frank Morris.
This is how long before Ryan was murdered?
Well, he checked his work diary. It was 2 days prior, and Frank was threatening to kill Ryan.
Mrs. Morris!
Why have I been brought in? I must insist that you tell me what's going on.
The child that you're carrying isn't your husband's.
What makes you say that?
We spoke to his first wife, and Annette told us that Tess found Frank infertile.
That bitch should say anything to harm Frank.
Annette's faxed us a copy of the test results.
Let's stop lying, shall we? You're pregnant. Frank knew it wasn't his, he joined the dots, and they spelt out Ryan Decker. It may not even have been premeditated. Frank goes to the cottage, finds Ryan handcuffed, Ryan has a go at him.
Anyone could snap.
No, you felt guilty about what you'd driven your husband to. So you decided to make up for it by lying for him.
I'm not lying.
To make sure Frank was in the clear at the inquest, you dumped Senior Sergeant Croydon in it.
Everyone knows Croydon did it. I saw him there.
What you have to ask yourself, Helen, is if Frank snapped and killed Ryan over your adultery, what makes you think he won't snap one day and kill you?
Frank didn't do it. He'd never have killed Ryan, and he'd never hurt me. You're just trying to clear your sergeant. You're wasting your time.
Now, something's been going on in my investigation, eh?
Yeah, just spoke to Helen Morris.
Really? Good on you, Amy. Come on, sit down. Take a seat. Now, when were you going to tell me about this, dear?
Well, I may have just struck pay dirt. Thanks, Kelly. I'll see you later.
Constable O'Rourke doing a bit of legwork for you, huh?
Yeah, well, we just found that Frank Morris had a motive for killing Ryan Decker.
Look, my ex-wife's a lying bitch. You shouldn't listen to anything she says.
Hello, Mr. Morris. Thanks for coming in and give us a hand with our inquiry.
Your goons here, they didn't give me any choice, did they?
Oh, look, we just needed to ask you a couple of questions, that's
Yeah,
all.
what about?
Oh, yeah, Frank, about who killed Ryan Decker.
Now, why would I do that?
Yeah, well, Frank, everyone knows what was going on. Him and your missus, they were doing a bit of the old horizontal folk dancing. You want to be restrained, Frank? Is that what you want? Hmm? You like that? Handcuffs? Good boy.
Constable, why don't you get that evidence for us, then?
Sure.
Now, listen, Frank. Any bloke would have been angry.
Well, knowing you, probably homicidal.
Yeah, mate. Homicidal, even.
This bloke, he betrays your trust, gets your missus up the duff.
Yeah, my dad said I would have killed him. I would have killed him. And you know what? The jury's going to take that into account, Frank, and you'll be out before you know it.
If you think I'm confessing to something
You'll feel better, mate, honestly, once you get it off your chest.
But I didn't do it.
Just a little tip, Frank. Juries, they don't like people who don't show remorse.
Frank, we have a witness who says you threatened to kill Ryan 2 days before he died.
I just found out about him and Helen, all right?
So, why did you just run him off the farm?
Yeah, I should have, but I gave him till the end of the week instead.
Good on you, mate. You're too good for this world. Or did you just want to know where to find him?
No. I would have killed him that day if my rifle hadn't gone missing.
This rifle?
Yeah, where'd you find it?
When'd you know it had gone missing?
When I got back to the house, I realised how soft I'd been on him. I went to get the rifle. It was gone.
When'd you last see it?
A few days before. Where'd you find it?
That rifle was used to hold up the Mount Thomas video shop.
It was also used to murder Ryan Decker.
You remember him, Frank, don't you? He was the bloke who was slipping it to your missus.
Hey, boss. I've got some really good news for you. It looks like Frank Morris is in the frame for killing Ryan Decker.
Why is that good news when Tani Baxter's the offender?
Well, because Decker was having an affair with Frank's wife, and it was his rifle used to kill Decker.
Tani Baxter killed Ryan.
Yeah, but we've just got nothing pointing towards her.
If you want to bring me some really good news, you'll find something that does. She did it, and there must be evidence out there somewhere to prove it.
Sure.
How'd the boss take the glad tidings, O'Rourke?
Don't remember saying that's where I was going.
No, I don't recall that either. That's where you went, isn't it?
Did you go see Tom?
Well, since you're all mind readers, yes.
He's still our prime suspect, Kelly O'Rourke. It's very fancy footwork on the ethics, isn't it?
How'd he react?
Still thinks it's Tani.
Still on about that, isn't he?
Mate, do you think it's possible?
Oh, yeah, it's possible. And she kills Ryan because of the affair with Helen Morris, blames Tom, 2 for the price of 1.
It's a rough maybe, mate. A rank outsider in my book.
Joss, single car accident. You two need Kelly anymore?
Kelly O'Rourke? Nah, take her, she's yours.
Another day, another idiot.
I sound like Detective Sergeant Schultz.
Lenny Dysart.
What happened? Did the tree jump out in front of you?
Yeah, real funny.
It's a single car accident, no skid marks. You've been drinking?
No, I was coming around the corner, my brakes failed, all right? Oh, I was pumping like there was no tomorrow, but there's no anchors.
Brakes failed. It's a new one?
So is this your car?
No, it's Tony's.
Lenny Dysart's had a one-car accident.
One at a time.
Claims his brakes failed.
Is there an echo in here, or is this some sort of bad party trick?
Oh, brakes failed as if...
No, it's gone again, mate.
Mount Thomas panel beaters.
Or I can come with you if you like.
There's someone at reception. What a shame, O'Rourke.
Maybe next time.
How can I help you, sir?
I've come to surrender my person.
Oh, I see. And what is it in particular that you've done?
I'm an armed robber. It was in Denali. Have you ever been in Denali? It's in the Central Highlands. Not that they're all that high, but they're central. I had to get out of there.
Why don't we
because
start
of
with your
milk
name?
depot. Oh, yes. It's R. Foley George.
R.
It's really Reginald, but Reg George has got too many G's in it.
Brake lines were cut.
Sure about that, I am.
Take a look if you like, but cut is cut.
Well, someone from St David's will be able to take some photos.
So you mean I shouldn't have replaced them already? Joking.
You'll do that to a detective with a heart condition one day, then you'll be sorry.
Maybe you guys should lay off the donuts.
Look, we'll need to see any tools that are in the car for comparison.
Yeah, his tools are real crap.
Nevertheless, wire cutters, bolt cutters.
You think he did it himself? Even Lenny's not that dumb.
Are you, Lenny? Are you that dumb?
What? New game in town, mate. How dumb is Lenny? We've been taking bets whether Lenny was dumb enough to cut his own brake lines.
What are you saying?
Was by accident while effecting repairs.
Or did you just want to check what they were for?
Good morning, Tani. Good morning, Detective.
Hello, Tani. I forgot you were there. Ms. Baxter, we were just asking Lenny about his attempt to drive without the benefit of a braking system.
Isn't that attempted murder?
Oh, so it hasn't all been daytime television then, Tani? You've been studying a bit of law, haven't you?
Yeah, your senior sergeant is teaching me.
You're saying Senior Sergeant Croydon has something to do with this?
Geez, he's busy, the old Tom, isn't he? He's roaming the streets of Mount Thomas, the lone avenger.
Why don't you ask the coroner what she thinks?
Lenny, you're being very quiet.
He's sedated.
How can you tell?
I could have died.
Yes, mate, you could have, but thank the Lord, you're fit and well and you're morphine to the
Detective! Aren't you forgetting something?
Yeah, what's that, Tani?
It was my car. Tom Croydon was trying to kill me.
I went out to Tani's place without being noticed, then managed to fit under her car and cut her brake lines.
We agree there is a credibility problem.
You want to know what I think happened?
Mate, I'm just happy you're talking to us.
Oh, really? Tani killed Ryan with the rifle I took from him.
Why?
Who knows? The ambush had gone wrong. She's a Baxter. She did her block.
Then motive.
I knew a Detective Hasham who once arrested a bloke who murdered his wife for burning the toast 3 days in a row. Are you that same Hasham?
Yeah, okay.
So after the killing, Tani hands the rifle to Lenny to get rid of. But the idiot decides to keep it. Then he goes and robs a video shop with it. Tani finds out what he's got her into and loses it again. Cuts his brake lines, sends him down to the corner shop for a litre of milk.
There's just a little problem with all of that. You see, Tani says you're responsible for all the crime in Mount Thomas, and you say she is.
Well, you're just going to have to decide whether you believe a senior sergeant of police or a criminal psychopath.
Which is which?
I don't suppose you grew up on a dairy farm. Well, rain, hail or shine, the milking's got to get done. The cows expect it, and the hours are terrible.
Tell you what, why don't you hold that thought?
Certainly.
What's wrong?
No, that guy that came to reception, he's an armed robber and wants to talk about a bank job he did.
Is that right? I'll take care of it.
Could you?
Yeah, where are you?
Oh, passive interview room. His name's Foley George.
Foley George, all right.
I was thinking about Lenny's car, and I,
Thinking? Did she say thinking? I don't think that's on the list of probationary constable's duties, is it?
You keep thinking, Kelly.
Well, it was just that there was...
Just somewhere else.
Sarge, there's something I need to take care of.
Can't stand the smell of milk, even now. Can't eat ice cream. When other people are ordering milkshakes,
All right,
I'm
hang
like,
on, hang on.
hold the
Hang on a
milk.
sec, hang on a sec. I
Yes.
thought this was about an armed robbery.
Oh, yes, she said to hold that thought, the young lady.
Right, okay, well, can we talk about it now? Yeah?
Certainly.
Okay. When was it?
Would have been about 15 years ago now.
What?
But I just had to get away. Any chance of a cuppa?
Anything else turn up in the car?
Like what?
I don't know, anything out of place?
I just fix them. Shouldn't the detectives have asked me all these questions?
Must have skipped their minds. That's what they sent me.
Excuse me.
Thanks.
What do you think you're doing? Put that down!
Lenny Dysart. What's it?
Look, I ain't never seen that before, all right?
Raunchy Ranch Vixens. Mount Thomas video.
It's a Western?
Oh, Lenny. Tani know you stashed these things in her car? It was just a hunch, you know. I thought maybe there's something in the car.
You removed it from the scene.
Is that a problem?
Chain of evidence. You had it on your own. There's no one to dispute a defence claim that you tampered with it.
Well, Cherry saw it.
Did she see you count the money?
Sorry.
Don't worry about it now, it's too late. Look, Lenny's just done something very stupid though, hasn't he?
Yeah, by hiding the money in Tani's car, he's implicated her in the video store hold-up.
She won't be happy.
Ask you later, won't you?
Please tell me that Lenny is tucked up in the hospital bed.
Look, I swear I've never seen them before in my life, okay?
Lenny, old mate, listen to me. You were seen taking this stuff out of Tani's car. We've got witnesses, or did you forget that, matey?
Well,
Now, before you go any further, mate, I'll let you in a little secret. Now, we think it was Tani Baxter who gave you brake lines, and then she sent you off to the shop for the milk.
What'd she do that for?
Well, Lenny, she's not very happy with you. Now, that money's from the video store hold-up, isn't it?
Sorta, yeah.
And you hid it in Tani's car because you thought we wouldn't look there.
Yeah.
Well, when Tani finds out, she's not going to be very happy.
Oh, come on, you're not going to tell her, are you?
Well, we don't have to. Tell us about the rifle you used for the holder.
We already told you about that. About Tom Croydon putting it there.
Oh, come on, mate, they're lies, Lenny. They're not even good ones.
I used to do a few odd jobs for Frank Morris. I took the rifle from his place.
Is this before or after Ryan Decker was killed?
Yeah, well, if he is telling the truth, Frank had access to the gun all along.
As for Helen Morris.
Hey, Jay, look, there's this bloke in there going on like there's no tomorrow. Can you just give us a...
No, mate, no, mate.
She's the one who's been trying to set up Tom.
Well, she's pregnant to Ryan and then she kills him.
Oh, it depends how he took the news. She could have said, I'm pregnant, let's run away together. He says, you got to be joking. Bang.
Yeah, but she's not even a suspect, so why implicate Tom?
Well, to make sure her husband's in the clear.
Well, this is the husband she cheated on.
Wants to get her marriage back together.
What? After the murder and then the affair?
She had a wake-up call, weighed up the pros and cons, and decided she'd be better off married to Frank.
Lindy, this bloke I've got in there confessing about some armed rob.
Yeah?
I don't even know how to start checking his story.
Well, you think he might have done it?
I don't know, maybe. Maybe some nuffy wanting to waste police time, I don't know.
Constable, none of our clients is a nuffy.
So I got my dad's rifle at 22, bolt action, and hitched a ride into Denali. People don't like to pick up hitchhikers with rifles. And I was disguised in the balaclava my mum knitted for me, swans colours. But she got the letters back to front, so it said snores instead of swans, snores. So, oh, and then the teller turned out to be Mrs. Dawkins, who does the tea at church. Oh, so I ran out of there.
That's it?
No. First I said, give me all your money. And Mrs. Dawkins said, quit mucking round, Foley, or I'll tell your mum on you.
This is a joke, isn't it?
There is nothing funny about robbing banks, thank you very much. I thought once I talked to a detective, you'd start taking me seriously.
I'm taking you very seriously, Foley. This is your first hold-up, is it?
Yes.
And you haven't committed any other crimes since then?
What do you take me for?
I take you for what you say you are. An armed robber.
Well, getting away from the cows has really put me back on the straight and narrow, Detective.
The cows made you do it.
If you even ask that question, you never grew up on a dairy farm.
I grew up in a Lebanese grocery.
Oh, you'd understand then.
Yes. The falafels and pistachio nuts made me the detective I am today.
I am not being taken seriously here.
Guess who Centrelink sent on a motor mechanics course last month? Tiny Baxter.
So she knew where a brake line was if she ever needed to cut one.
Yeah, and I think that she was trying to get rid of the only witness that could finger her for killing Ryan.
Yeah, well, no evidence for that, but they'll probably want to talk to Lenny again.
Well, PJ's kind of tied up in this armed robbery confession thing right now.
Hop in. So what's the attraction, Lenny? Knowing that Tani killed her last boyfriend?
Nah, she never did that.
But she had the gun that killed him. Why'd she have that?
The gun she gave you to get rid of.
The one that you hid under the table, remember? Because you never know when it's going to come in handy.
No.
You know, the one that you used to hold at the video shop, which almost wrecked everything. That's why she cut the brake lines.
No.
You've become a liability to her, Lenny.
Tani, you can't stop
No,
me.
you've
They're
got
my
to
boyfriends.
It's okay.
What are you doing here?
Pursuing our inquiries about some cut brake lines.
Then shouldn't you be talking to your senior sergeant?
Well, you should know he's out of contention for sabotaging the car and for killing Ryan.
Cover-up time, is it?
Some people think it was Frank Morris killed Ryan.
What, because Ryan was slipping one to his wife?
You knew about that?
Ryan and I were free to come and go as we chose. We used to laugh about him and Helen Morris.
But some of us think it was you.
It's time to leave. Now!
Look, yeah, I'm feeling a little crook. I'd like you guys to go.
By all means. Constable?
This is our number down the station. If you change your mind, give us a call. You'd be a whole lot safer with us than with your girlfriend.
Yeah, seems very detailed. Mr. George will be in touch.
But that's it.
We'll be checking to see if the offence actually happened.
This is what I get for my tax dollar, the brush-off.
It's not the brush-off, and we're taking your confession very seriously.
No, you're not. You should be arresting me. Do your duty. Cuff me. Put me in a cell.
I don't think that would be appropriate at this juncture.
Whatever happened to law and order in this country? Letting bank robbers run free. You should be ashamed. I come here for justice, and what do I get?
Well, another armed robber taken care of, and I think we should all sleep better for that.
No, maybe he's got a point. Maybe we should lock him up until we check his story.
He came to us. We know where he lives.
Lindy, can Joss check it out?
Sure, Joss.
PJ?
So you thought you'd rattle Lenny's cage?
Yeah, more or less.
Well, Nick is not going to be happy. It's supposed to be his case.
Well, we had to do it on our own. You guys were dealing with the armed robbery case.
Oh, give me a break.
I almost had him, PJ. And Tani turns up and put the fear of God into him. I mean, he's got to know that she killed Ryan.
If she did.
You don't seriously want to put Tom away for this?
I don't know.
No, Tani. She had the gun, she gave it to Lenny.
He's saying he found it at Frank's.
Yeah, of course he is. Because he's scared to death what Tani will do if he puts her in it. I mean, she's already made one attempt on his life.
You say Tani shut Lenny up by putting the fear of God into him. Well, there's a cure for fear.
What's that on?
Find something even scarier.
Lenny, how are you, mate? Had a bit of food to eat, have you? That's it. Nice cup of tea, bit of quality time with the old rectal thermometer.
What are you doing here?
Here for a chat, mate, and to give you your reward. You see, it's a bit like this. Anyone could have killed Ryan Decker. Lots of people. Helen Morris, Frank Morris, Tom Croydon, Tani Baxter. In fact, anyone. Anyone who ever met him. Because, you know, Ryan had that special quality about him. To meet Ryan Decker was to want to kill him. Isn't that right, mate?
No, he wasn't a bad bloke.
He wasn't a bad bloke. Did you hear that, Senior Detective Fox? He wasn't a bad bloke. Then why'd you kill him, Lenny? Why'd you kill him?
No, I never did.
Oh, mate. It'll go down in history that you did. Or you're going to tell me the judge and jury are going to get it wrong. No, mate. You're gone on this one. You're going away.
No, you got it wrong,
No,
okay?
no, I haven't, mate. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a copper. You see, it's like musical chairs, Lenny. The music plays, you go round and round and round, the music stops, you end up with a chair. Just like you ended up with a murder weapon.
Yeah, but I had no reason to do it.
Mate, you were telling me That you wanting to get into Tony Baxter's pants wasn't reason to take a man's life? Come on, Lenny. Come on. You lied to her, mate. You lied to her, you killed him, and now you're living with her. I gotta tell you something, buddy. It's a cold-blooded execution, and Lenny, juries hate them. You're gone.
He'll get 25 years.
25 years. 25 years, Lenny, to think about what you should be telling me in the next 5 minutes. Give it up, or go to jail. What's he gonna be? He won't talk. Admirable. What on Anzac, mate? Take that off to you. Go on. Waste of time, this.
No, wait.
What's that, mate? You right? You want another cup of tea? You want another enema? You want a cup of tea with an enema? We can arrange anything here. What do you want?
She said that it was a spur-of-the-moment thing, okay? Look, they were going to kill Croydon, but he turned the tables on them. And after he half-drowned her, she found the gun, went into the house, and she found Ryan handcuffed there. And she just lost it.
Lenny, I want to hear you say it to me, mate.
She shot him.
Then what?
Well, she panicked. She came to my place. She said, get rid of the gun.
So she just killed your mate and then asked you to help cover it up?
Well, I couldn't bring him back to life again, could I?
Oh, mate. You didn't take much persuading that, did you, Lenny, eh?
Look, I fancied her, okay? Well, since we're going to be together, I just wanted to help her.
Well, Lenny, now you're helping us.
Right, okay. Thank you. Hey, Sarge. They found a report on Foley's pathetic attempt to rob the Donoli Bank.
Oui.
The teller, a Mrs. Hazel Dawkins, told police that she didn't recognise him.
Right, well, that's not what he told us, is it?
I know, but she goes to church with his mum, so...
Right.
So what do we do?
Well, what did Mr. George want us to do?
Well, he said charge him.
Right, well, charge him. Make him feel better.
Really?
There you go, Amy. My secret ambition in life was to Esther Well-fed Senior Sergeant. You would ruin it for me.
Deserting us so soon, old mate.
Yes, mates. Farewell, Hasham Hilton, and hello, marvellous Melbourne. With Miss Tani Baxter and tow. You're going to tell me you picked her up, aren't you, Lindy?
Mount Thomas 900 to Mount Thomas 208. Give me an update.
Mount Thomas 208 to Mount Thomas 900. That person of interest... Still not, I repeat. Still not at home.
Well, if she was visiting Lenny at the hospital, Susie would have picked her up.
Maybe she's had a whiff of trouble and taken off.
No, not with a car and the panel beater. She wouldn't get very far, would she?
I'll go give Tom the good news.
I could check out the railway station, the bus terminal.
No, don't do that. I'll get even onto that. You're due to relieve Susie at the hospital anyway, aren't you?
Well, how am I supposed to get there? All the vehicles are out.
Well, your own car. Go on, off you go.
Good that it's over and done with.
Not to mention you being right all along.
You've probably never heard this said, but she did have motive, means and opportunity.
I'm sorry.
What, for doing your job?
It's for thinking.
Excuse me. Hello, Tom Croydon. Yes, Tony.
Are you alone?
Yeah, I'm here by myself.
I've got O'Rourke, so you're gonna do what I say. Tell your senior sergeant what's happening.
She's got a gun to my head.
Get in your car now and drive to Ketcher's Gorge Road. Last gate on the left before you hit the picnic grounds. There's a deserted farm. If you detour to get your mates, Goldilocks is dead.
PJ, come with me. That bitch has got Kelly hostage.
Leave it!
This isn't too serious yet, Tani.
Isn't it?
No one's been killed, no one's been hurt. There's still time to work things out.
What do you think this is? Play school?
There's another side to the story.
There is no other side. There's just Tom Croydon destroying my family.
Well, he could say the same about you.
So you think that makes us even? You don't have a clue.
And you don't know Tom Croydon.
Could you shut up? You've been in town 5 minutes.
I
and
have
you
known Tom all my life. My dad was on the force and him and Tom were mates.
Were?
My dad was killed on duty when I was 10.
One less pig. So why don't you save your bedtime stories?
After my dad died, Tom was there for us. His family. Do you know what family is, Tanya?
Shut up!
He was there when we needed help.
Do you think I care?
I think you do. He's not the monster you think he is, Tani.
Kelly.
Yeah?
We are on opposite sides. So shut up.
That's it. Give me time to get into position.
Got 90 seconds, go. Charlie! It's Tom Croydon!
Do anything stupid and I'll kill you both! I want your hands where I can see them.
This is between us. Let Constable O'Rourke go.
She told me you were always there for her.
She's not part of this.
When her pig father got killed on duty, always there for her and her mother.
Come on, let her go.
Did you molest her? That'd be your bag, wouldn't it?
Not all families are like yours.
You be careful what you say.
I mean, look at your brother Troy. What a waste of space he was.
You killed him. Admit it!
I didn't. Maybe I should have. I mean, he raped my wife and left her to die.
Say you did! Tell me you did!
I didn't. But he was no great loss. Made the world a better place when he left. Pity your father and your brother Matt didn't go with him. Prison's far too good for them.
My family!
Police! Put the gun down!
I'll kill him!
Go ahead. Wouldn't be the first time you've shot an unarmed man. But the minute you do, he'll blow you to hell. Go ahead. I've got nothing to live for anyway, thanks to you and your family. Come on.
I'll fire, I will.
Guns are only a threat when the person you're pointing them at doesn't want to die. At this range, you'd need powder burns. Come on, do it. 6 rounds, rapid fire, commence.
You're crazy!
Because you and your family made me this way.
Then live with it. Go on. Live with it.
Yeah.
How you doing?
You know.
Yeah. Just checking.
You?
Fine. Have you been through debriefing?
I hope you don't mind that I talked about you today to Tani, about being like family.
A situation like that, you say whatever you think is going to work.
Because you are, you know, like family. You didn't mean what you said, did you? To Tani about not caring whether you died.
I told you. A situation like that, you say whatever you think is going to work.
Yeah? So in that kind of situation, I should do what you did today?
Never. Never.
I know you're in there.
Shouldn't you be tying one on?
Shouldn't you? Kelly said you'd be joining us.
I lied. Grab yourself a glass.
So, as I was saying before we were rudely interrupted by Tani.
You wanted to say you were sorry some more. Sometimes you come across as a big girl, PJ.
I'm sorry I put you down as a suspect.
For Ryan Decker. Well, I had means and opportunity, but no motive. He meant nothing to me.
He was planning to kill you.
What is it the young constables say? Tell someone who cares.
So it was true what you told Tani today.
It's a terrible mindset for a copper, Tom.
You can walk away, you know.
So you'd like me retired as well as Mark?
No shame in it.
I'll die in harness, thanks.
So no point in suggesting counselling then?
None. You know, if you'd shot Tani Baxter today, it would have been justified. A clean shot.
Yeah.
So why didn't you?
Because when you're dead, you can't change. And she's young. And maybe she can.
Oh.
That's what you told me once.
I must have been mad.
So what Tani told us about you trying to drown her.
It's true.
Why didn't you?
When I realised what I'd almost done, I almost killed someone in cold blood. I just couldn't go through with it.
You okay?
Fine.
You seemed like you were somewhere else for a moment.
That'd be nice. No. I'm here. This is now. Nothing was going to change that. Thank you. All right, come on. thank you. Why is there music playing in my station?
Oh, I just thought it might boost morale a bit, boss.
Did you indeed? Kill it now. Then disappear it.
He's back.
You say your dead dog was exhumed?
He was strung up over my kitchen table.
Why would they do that?
To lure me out to the farm, to ambush me, and it worked.
He's lying! He tried to kill me!
I heard a shot. And then I saw Tom Croydon come from the cottage. He was carrying a rifle. My husband's rifle.
I'm satisfied Thomas Croydon has a case to answer, and I'm directing homicide to do what they should have done all along, which is pursue this line of inquiry to its logical conclusion.
Helen Morris has stated on oath that she saw the weapon that killed Ryan Decker in your hands.
Helen Morris is lying.
We haven't charged you yet because the evidence has been circumstantial, but this changes that. So how about telling us the truth?
The truth?
Do you want a lawyer present?
No, I don't think the senior sergeant needs reminding of his rights.
Is there anything else you want to tell us at this time?
No. But I'd like you to tell me why Helen Morris has waited 2 months to come up with this pack of lies. The first time I laid eyes on her was out at the caretaker's house when we found Decker's body.
Helen Morris is a credible witness. He is not helping himself.
Mate, you told me he was incapable of murder.
Well, people change.
Not that much, mate. Maybe he shot him in self-defence, but a cold-blooded hit, no.
Think what you like, Nick. But the evidence is stacking up. And by close of play, I reckon we'll be charging you with murder. You're not going anywhere, are you?
Keep myself available, you mean?
Yes.
What I remembered the drill. Oh. You know me too well to think I might run away from this.
You don't believe that Morris woman, do you? She says she saw the boss shoot Ryan and then drive away with the rifle. So how come 2 months later Lenny Dysart uses the same rifle to hold up a video shop?
Oh, look who it is. It's Constable O'Rourke.
This is the boss we're talking about.
We're also talking about murder there, Kelly, but don't let that cloud your judgment. Not that important.
Tony claims the boss planted the rifle on her.
Yeah, well, Tony Baxter's a liar.
It's eerie, mate, isn't it? I look at her. I see her mouth move. All that comes out is Tom Croydon's voice. Are you his Muppet or something, are you?
We should be getting her in here and making her admit it.
Just a tip for you there, Kelly. When your boss is in strife, you keep your head down until the shooting stops.
Yeah. Do you believe what Mrs. Morris told the coroner?
It's not my case, Kelly. But since you ask, I agree it does look dodgy, her trotting out her story 2 months after the event.
Well, so what reason would she have to lie?
What do you like, Kelly?
Well, I don't. Much. White lies mostly.
White lies mostly, and the rest?
Cover up mistakes, cover up other people's mistakes.
To protect yourself or to protect someone close to you.
So Helen Morris is blaming the boss to protect herself or her husband?
Well, what do we know about Frank and Helen Morris?
Helen's 3 months pregnant. Her husband owns a trout farm where Ryan Decker was murdered, but what reason would they have to shoot Ryan?
Well, if we knew more about them, maybe we'd know that as well.
Well, I'd be really glad to help you, but I actually don't know Helen or Frank Morris all that well.
But you know their trout farm?
Yeah, I buy fish from them.
So you know them?
Only as reliable